Hey there everybody, this is Airhead. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Colosseum. In the last episode we won the Pirate Colosseum Knockout Challenge, and we're gonna see if we can win that Shadow Pokemon that was promised. By the way, you can't participate again right away. So we're just gonna head on out and see if we can win anything. Alright, well, I guess we'll just keep heading this way. Hello? Is anyone here to give me a cool thing? Oh, here's a guy. Are you gonna give me a cool thing? Hi there! Oh, you're welcoming. You must be the superb trainer who has emerged triumphant in our latest battle challenge. Mirror B, the town's true mover and shaker, literally, wishes you to have a gorgeous gift. Now, follow me. Oh, I can't wait. We gotta go in this building now. It was locked before. This guy has a cool outfit, I gotta say. I like it. Hey! Can I have a Shadow Pokemon, please? Right, I'm back with our latest challenge champion. Let's present our lucky winner with a Shadow Pokemon and watch Chaos Unleash. Oh, nice one. Our new champ is quite the appealing charmer. Man, everyone's so thirsty for Wes. Makes a nice change from the parade of macho muscle men. Wait, this isn't happening. This guy, he's that Wes guy that Mirror Bead been carrying on about. What? That same guy who messed with us in Phoenix City? Oh, so this is what the mystery troop group is like. Gah! I didn't know that when I let him in here. I'll boot you back out. Haha, good luck. Cipher Peon Nor. More of a Hoshido guy myself. Yes, but the group, the evil group, is known as Cipher. Pretty cool name. When I was younger, I always said Kiffer. And now that I say that out loud, it sounds really lame. So I'm kind of glad I changed it to Cipher. But it has the I instead of the Y. So I always figured it was Kiffer. Oh yeah, by the way, Shadow Yanma. I wonder if this is the Shadow Pokemon we would have gotten. I doubt it, because he said it was a gorgeous gift, and Yanma's not particularly good. Alright, we're gonna go for Body Slam. Hope for that paralysis. And while this battle's going on, I forgot to talk about this last time, but I want to talk about the distribution of Shadow Pokemon so far, because I really like what they did with the early game. So you start off with a fighting type to complete the Fighting, Dark, Psychic triangle, and then you get your choice of Fire, Water, Grass starters, which is, like, that's familiar to the people playing the main series, so that's good. And then after that, once you get to Pyrite, you have 6 options. You can get 6 Pokemon right off the beginning. And you get a Fire, Water, Grass type, which is smart because that is the triangle and it'll help fill out your team more. And it lets you just experiment with a bunch of different Pokemon. And then you get, well, one of the water types is Ground, which it's always good to have a Ground type on the team. Like, my ideal team is Water, Fire, Grass, and then a Ground type for electric types, and then some Flying type. So they give you all that. They give you normal Flying type, they give you Ground type, they give you Fire, Grass, and they give you Ghost type just for fun, the only Ghost type in the game. And you get to experiment with a bunch of different types. It's a really good design. I very much approve of it. Yeah, so this Nor guy, he just has a bunch of bugs, which I like his style. I would use a bunch of bugs too. Alright, Yama's getting a bit low. Let's see if we can snag it here pretty soon. Ah, no paralysis, that's okay. Alright, running a little low on Pokeballs, but that should be fine. This is the only Shadow Pokemon we'll be snagging this episode. There we go. Come on, Yanma. Get in the ball. Yanma isn't particularly hard to catch, so this should be fine. Yeah, there we go. Sweet, got Yanma. Oh, looks like we got a Shadow Pokemon anyway. Just gonna one-shot. Nope. Hey, Nor, you should probably, evolve your bug types, because this fight would have been a lot more difficult if he had a Ninjask and a Masquerain. But we're just gonna finish this off. I'm just gonna, I guess it doesn't really matter, because, yeah, because Espeon's just gonna destroy this anyway, and I don't want to take any extra damage, even though, well, it doesn't really matter, because there's something coming up. Oh. Seriously, it's so cool, the Pond Skater. I love what they do with the animations with it. We did it, we beat him. Cipher Nor. It's no surprise how you managed to win the tournament. Yes, pretty much. I find it interesting that they call them peons instead of grunts. It's pretty much grunt in all the other games, but in this game they're peons, which is the exact same thing. It's just a different name. It's useless. I don't stand a chance of winning. Now, hold on. You're the one who brought him here. Okay, bye. Oh. Hey, folks. Oh, you're safe. I heard you entered this building. It had me worried. Duking. This is where they were giving Shadow Pokémon to the winners of the Battle Challenge. Shadow Pokémon? Those ferocious Pokémon that even attack people? Yeah, that's what they're called. Yes, they're giving away Shadow Pokémon to thugs for some reason. Doesn't look good. Grr. They're using the Colosseum to do that. Big lady. My Papa's Pokemon was taken by Mirabee as a prisoner. He did what? Mirabee used a dirty move like that? Well, they are a criminal syndicate, so yes. It's Papa's Plusle. I'm so worried that they might be mean to it. They probably are being mean to it. It's humiliating, but with Plusle in their filthy hands, my own hands are tied. It's kind of funny that big macho man Duking has an adorable little Plusle as his partner. He's not getting away with this, that rotten Mirabee. But we're here now. We'll get Plusle back for you, right, Wes? Yeah, sure. I mean, we have to beat Mirabee anyway. Teehee. I know we can always count on you, Wes. Duking, it's dangerous inside the building. You gotta get everyone out of safety. Thanks for everything. I have to depend on you. I have no choice. Be careful always. Mirabee might look like a clown, but he's battling is all business. I mean, I guess if we're rescuing Plusle, they probably would do the same thing as if Duking was trying to rescue Plusle, so I don't know why us doing it is any different. And Duking's probably really good battling, but there's a shiny, so we must grab the shiny. We found an Ein file. We obtained the Ein file. Ein file H. Yeah, let's read it. Hyper mode. Shadow Pokemon, perhaps because of their overwhelming power, maybe behave abnormally at times. They may engage in such behavior. I'm trying to read this quickly because we have a lot of stuff to do. Ignoring orders, even turning on their own trainers in battle. This is I've named Hyper Mode. Yeah, lots of fun things can happen. On the plus side, Hyper Mode raises the critical ratio of Shadow Rush. However, Hyper Mode also prevents the use of items. Easily dispelled. Call the Pokemon's name. It has a drawback. It causes the closed door of its heart to loosen and even open. I wonder how they close Pokemon's hearts. Probably horrible experiments that are incredibly painful, and we must put a stop to them. Okay, I'm going to put Umbreon up, because he needs some more training. Ooh, an elevator. Can I go on the elevator? Too bad for you, this elevator is off limits. Oh, okay. Chaser Kai, what a cool name. It's the shortened version that cuts out all the filler. Okay, so what I'm talking about today, I'm going to give life updates, because I haven't done that in, like, forever. And I want to go over my life a little bit, because I don't want to just seem like some face or some voice. I want you to know a little bit more about me, make it more personal. So, this summer has been very busy, because summer's almost at an end. I figured I'd talk about summer. Summer's been very busy. A few weeks ago was 4th of July, and every 4th of July, my dad's side of the family does a huge family reunion, because my dad's side of the family is really big. It's usually at my grandparents' house. It was this year. And it's just a crazy fun time. I look forward to it every year. And it's always so much fun. Oh, Sandtomb. So, let's see. It's a big event. There are like 30 of us. So there's my grandma and grandpa. They have 5 kids. My dad, my 2 uncles, and my 2 aunts. Then from my dad, there's me and my 2 older sisters. From one of my uncles, there's his 2 sons. Then my other uncle has 3 daughters. One of my aunts has 2 daughters, and then the other aunt has a son. And then there's all of my aunt and uncle's spouses, and then and then there's my 2 brothers-in-law. And then some of my other cousins bring their significant others. So there are a lot. Sometimes my dad's cousin visits with her husband and her dad. So there's just so many people. It's always crazy. But it's so much fun. So we usually... Oh, he's going to notice me, yeah. Yeah, you didn't think you'd see this in Pokemon Colosseum. There's actually the trainer's eyes meeting. They'll notice you way more than in the main series. They'll even see you at angles instead of just straight down. Yep. Flying types. First was ground, now flying. So the family reunion, we hang out at my grandparents. We eat a ton of food, of course. We go fishing, go on Nice walks, we enjoy the fireworks, we play some wiffle ball, just fun family time. All of the cousins, everyone really, it's kind of amazing. We all get along so well. There's not like that one uncle or one cousin that you're like, ugh, I don't want to see them. They're always obnoxious. No, we're all pretty tight-knit, all very friendly. And the age range of the cousins is just 17 to 30 years old. So we're all pretty close in age, and there are always groups of us that can get together and talk. It's great. I know we haven't like seen each other in a year, but once we see each other, we talk like it's been yesterday. So I have a few cousins that are into Pokemon. Well, one in particular, who's even more so than me because he does competitive. So we talked about Sword and Shield stuff. He's kind of on the same boat as I am with this whole thing. Excited but concerned, but it's still going to be fun. And then we talked about it with another one of my younger cousins, but we're still really excited for it. And then we always talk about like what we do over the summer. Just a lot of my cousins are doing a lot of cool stuff, like game development, like visiting a bunch of hospitals to practice for her pharmaceutical degree. One used to work for the government. She doesn't do that anymore. No, we're all doing very well. I even have a cousin who's like a prodigy model, which is kind of cool. Alright, yes, this is a healing machine. So we're gonna heal up. All good to go. Alright, let's keep going. There is a bit of a pattern with a lot of the trainers in here. So this guy, my Pokemon are looking for the chance to go wild. Yeah, all of his Pokemon know Thrash, which makes sense because they want to go wild. I know at least two of them. I don't remember if Carvana can learn Thrash. I'm pretty sure it does know it. But his other two Pokemon definitely know it. And then I've just started getting into anime, and three of my cousins are really into it too. So we were talking about that. I asked for some suggestions on what to watch, and of course they gave the ones that always give, like My Hero Academia, all the action-y Shonen Jump stuff. There was Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, Black Butler was another one that sounds interesting. They asked what I was watching because they wanted some suggestions, and they like hadn't heard of any of the stuff I was watching. Like Konosuba, I've been watching that one, and The Helpful Fox Senko-san, they hadn't heard of that. So of course I was watching all the obscure stuff that like you'd never, like people just getting anime just don't watch as much, so they'd never heard of any of it. If you couldn't tell, I prefer the cutesy slice of life style anime. The cuter the better. Oh, Larvitar. What else did I tell him I watched? Oh, yep, there's Thrash. Let's see, there was... Oh, Sweetness and Lightning. That's another one I was watching. It's just like a cooking show, but it has a father and his daughter, and he's trying to learn to cook for her, and it's very sweet. And then My Roommate is a Cat. That's another funny one. Just this guy adopts a cat, and he's like super hermity. But no, my cousins hadn't heard of any of those, and they were very confused. Aw, I'm sorry, Geets. Alright, on to the next battle. There are going to be a lot of battles this episode. So this episode might go a bit long, but I really want to get this building done, because it just would feel weird to break it up. Target locked on, yes. This guy's Pokemon gear, they know lock on. Let's see, what else did we do? There wasn't a whole lot. We didn't do anything big and special this family reunion. Sometimes we'll do big stuff, but it was pretty standard. And then what else have I been doing this summer? Work started back up. So I'm still over at the IT department. Summer is usually pretty busy. We've been doing a lot of work. In the math department, we're redoing an entire big room, turning it into a huge classroom with like 7 72-inch flat panels that all need to be put up, all of the wiring. We had to do something similar with that last year with the library. So we're doing another big project. And then... oh, the big one I did this summer. Oh, great, supersonic. The other big thing I did this summer is, because I'm in geology, I need to do, over the summer, a hydrogeology field camp for credit. So I did that this summer. It was all of May and June. And what we did is, we had different modules. Some of the activities were well water measuring. Some of it was soil analysis, where you just dig ditches and checked out the soil. Not very exciting. We waded through streams to get like water flow and sediment flow. And what was the other one? Stream soils. I think there was one more that I don't remember. Ooh, Confuse Ray. Yes. Confuse Ray is awesome. It's just, you confuse them. If Pokemon's confused, I'll put the details on screen. It's about, I believe it's a 1/4 chance that they'll hit themselves with a 60 base power typeless attack. And that lasts for like 2 to 5 turns, I believe. But Confuse Ray is great, because it pretty much just makes it so, it might be a 50-50 chance. It pretty much just makes it so the opponent doesn't really do anything, which is really nice. So I'm going to teach Confuse Ray. Better than Taunt, because you never know what the opponent's going to do. Alright, we'll just keep going. So the field camp wasn't super exciting. It was kind of hard too. Fresh prey. Oh geez, this guy's kind of creepy. Loba. It was kind of boring. And it was a lot of work because we had to do lab reports on every single lab. We had to do a bunch of quizzes. But I got through it. All in one piece. We did have some cool trips. We went to Knoxville, Tennessee. We went to the University of Tennessee's well field, which we pretty much just did the same thing we've always been doing, just at a different well field. Just water measurements. And then we went to a dairy factory, and we learned all about the importance of waste management. And it was really gross, because cows are disgusting creatures when they're kept in that kind of facility. And I'm not going to go into any more detail, because just thinking about it makes me a little ill. Definitely did not smell good. Oh, really? Oh well. Definitely was not... It was kind of interesting, but it was really gross. And the really cool thing we did was we went to... Let's see... Bite. We went to Kentucky, Mammoth Cave, which is one of, I think, the largest cave, or the longest cave system in the world. It's 500-something miles of caves. So we did a small tour, learned about the history of the cave. Really interesting history, because it had some World War II history with like, or was it? No, it was the Civil War. Civil War history, where they would get some of the dust in there and use it as gunpowder. Like they would get gunpowder out of all the rock dust in there. It was pretty cool. And a lot of the cave systems were found by slaves working in there. Ooh, 5 great balls, awesome. And we did about like a 2-hour general tour of the cave system. Like a bug Pokemon drawn to a candle. He's going with these. I bet he's going with fire types. No, he's going with electric types. But I'm pretty sure they both know Spark, which makes sense because he's talking about candles. Look at Voltorb. It's so angry. I love that. Such a little grumpy ball. So there was the general cave tour, which was, it was alright. But then some of in the group, 5 of us, we signed up for a super strenuous, in-depth 6-hour tour of the cave system, which was really cool. They took you through like really thin cave systems. You'd have to like crawl through holes, and sometimes you'd have to keep your head turned sideways to be able to crawl through, army crawl style. Ooh, synchronized. Cool, thank you. And you'd do that for a while, and then you'd have to roll on your stomach so you could just roll through the cave system easier. We were down, I think the deepest was 300 feet deep. At one point, we turned all of our headlamps off, and it was completely dark, and we just sat there in the silence. It was really cool. At one point, actually at a few points, we would kind of canyon walk, where each leg was on both sides of a canyon, and you'd kind of hold onto the walls, and so there's a canyon right between your legs, and if you fell, you'd definitely break some bones. So it's a little scary, but I thought it was a lot of fun. And there were a bunch of little cave crickets in there, and they were really cool looking. And then in some cases, when some of the cave crickets died, there was a fungus down there that would like take over their body, and it looked like an exploded marshmallow. Pretty cool. I enjoyed it. It was exhausting, but it was really cool. Yay, we beat him. Alright, that's one floor down. No glory for the fallen. On to the next floor. Oh my gosh, there are so many trainers. Paralyze heal. I guess I could go back, but I don't really care. I'll just use an item. Hey, come and get some! We're gunning our engines. Unfortunately, a lot of the movesets for these trainers aren't online, so I can't figure out their gimmick. I can figure it out for some of them, but not for all of them. There we go. Alright, I guess I could talk about what games I've been playing recently, too. So, the big one is Earthbound Beginnings. I've been playing that. Which, I heard it was hard, but man, it is really hard. I lost to the first normal enemy in the game. Well, because I wasn't at full health, but it's so difficult. But it makes leveling up so much more satisfying. Because your stats go up a good bit whenever you level up. So those enemies that you have a hard time with at the beginning, they just do less and less damage and you just keep getting stronger. Very satisfying. I haven't gotten very far. I've really... How far have I gotten? I think oh, where was I? I haven't played in a little bit. I just finished the zoo, which is not very far at all. And I got I'm gonna synthesis here. And I got the song part from the Mother Bird, which also is not very far in the game. Oh wow, that heals up perfectly, because it would heal 40 HP. Oh nice, a flinch. I guess I can use Confuse Ray and show it off. Oh no, Fury Attack, this move is slow. Alright, we'll do a Confuse Ray right here. That timid nature for Umbreon is so nice, because that extra speed is really helpful for confusing Pokemon. Because you just get to do it fast, and then flinching while confused, it's even less of a chance to attack. That's great. Not super helpful when you can just knock out a Pokemon with Espeon, but I don't know. It's kind of fun. I've also been playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky again. Just because I've been listening to the music a lot, and whenever I do that, I always just want to play through the game again. So I've just been playing a little bit. I just got done with the expedition to Fogbound Lake. So I'm not that far. Bite you. Yeah, that's really about all I've been up to. Not much going on at work. Kinda, there's the installation going on, but other than that, because we're classroom IT, we help out professors whenever their stuff goes whack. But there aren't a lot of professors on campus over the summer, so there's not a lot of broken stuff. Ow. Ow. That move sounds so painful. The most painful sounding move in this game, by far is Peck. It just sounds so visceral. It's kind of gross. Oh, nice, crit. Fast Blue. Dropped in the dirt. Sorry, Raylene. Okay, I'm gonna put Espeon up front because we have a good few battles left and we're kind of getting high up on time here. I don't want this to be too long. So I'm just gonna go here and destroy some folks. Solid Troopers, check them out. Let's see what you got, Tura. Oh, he's got ice types. Oh man, I love ice types. Ice types are great. Well, they're cool. It's a terrible type, but they're cool. I should probably talk more about the battles too, because I've been talking about just other stuff, and I haven't really been focusing on the battles. It's good to get a good balance of just talking about anything, just because some of these battles are slow, but also talking about your strategy so that people know what you're doing. Because I'm just picking moves while talking, because I already know what I'm going to do. Because I've practiced this. So I know what each trainer has, and I know what I'm going to do. But it's not too complicated right now, because you pretty much just use Confusion with Espeon and destroy everything. But yeah, pretty much just Confusion with Espeon, you want to spam that almost all the time. But yeah, Spheal has a lot of HP, so it might take a little bit longer. This might not want... Oh wow, another critical hit! Man, Umbreon's on fire. That's crazy. Way to go, Umbreon. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you don't have very good attack, if you just crit all the time. Pokemon are decent. Well, they're ice types, so yes, I agree, they're decent. Nothing in here. I think we have 2 more battles left. Apparently difficult books. Yes, in a place like this. The criminals here are studying for their masters. So they have very difficult books in here. Ooh, more items. Oh, Revive. That's good. So Revive, if a Pokemon's fainted, I don't really need to show it off in the items. If your Pokemon is fainted, then it will bring them back with half HP. Okay, now this trainer, I definitely know their gimmick. Toadie. Or Toddy. All of her Pokemon know a dance move. So Horsey here knows Dragon Dance, and Oddish knows Petal Dance. Which, it's not, at this low level, really not an issue of either of them. The beginning of this game is super easy because none of the trainers have evolved any of their Pokemon, even though... Actually, the Horsey would still be a Horsey, because it doesn't evolve in... Wow, what are all these crits? This is crazy. Usually when I get this many crits, I always get critted all the time. So, expect a lot of me getting crit in the future. Ooh, 100 HP, nice. So the Oddish would have evolved by now. Yeah, and the Sandshrew knows Swords Dance, which would be scary, except you could defeat it really easily. This Horsey wouldn't have evolved by now. Wow, Horsey's so weak. But the Sandshrew and the Oddish would have evolved by now. They just don't do it. I don't know why. Yeah, so we're just going to wrap this up real quick. It's amazing how much faster battles go when Espeon is here and one-shotting everything. This is kind of how the speed run goes. You just use Espeon and Typhlosion, and you just destroy everything. And that's it. Yeah, the speed run of this game isn't super interesting, because you only use 2 Pokemon. The end is always so cruelly pitiless. Oh, woe is me. Alright, this is the last trainer. Now I compel someone like you to come here just for the sake of being thrashed by me. This trainer doesn't actually have any Pokemon with Thrash. LED. The bodybuilder's trainer class is such an odd one. I guess I should talk about the models in this game. They're kind of silly. They're alright for the time. But one thing that's really funny is the character's feet are huge. Like, look at Wes's feet, and he's wearing platform shoes. Like, that's quite the fashion statement. And they all have, like, brick hands. They don't have distinguishable fingers. Which is really funny, and you'll see more of that later. I think Wes has fingers. Oh, that person has fingers. But some characters just have brick hands. But the character models are pretty good. The faces are kind of weird. But XD does a lot better on the models. XD has some good models in there. The Pokemon models are all good. Well, the Hoenn ones. And the Johto ones are good. You'll be seeing... I guess I haven't talked about this yet, but pretty much most of the Pokemon you'll find in this game are from Johto. There are very few Kanto, and there's a good bit of Hoenn, but you'll mostly be seeing Johto. I'm guessing that's mostly because this is one of the only games that can get you Johto Pokemon to Ruby and Sapphire, so they wanted to give you a bunch of Johto Pokemon, because in Fire Red and Leaf Green there aren't that many Johto Pokemon. There's some in the post-game. And then in Emerald you can get a few. But this is how you kind of, if you want to complete the Pokedex, you need Pokemon Colosseum for a lot of the Johto Pokemon. What blind spot did I exploit? The blind spot of type matchups. Okay, we're done. That's the top. So I'm going to do the Yanma bio real quick, and then we're going to end it off. So let's get on the bio. Instead of that gorgeous gift we were promised, we've got Yanma. Unfortunately, Yanma suffers from the same problem that almost all bug types suffer from in Generation 3. It's bad. Stat-wise, all it's got going for it is its high speed. Its special attack isn't terrible, but it learns 0 special attacks by level up. And its very poor defenses are further hampered by having one of the worst defensive typings in the entire game. Speed Boost is an amazing ability, but not so much on Yanma since it's already so fast. I recommend going for Compound Eyes for the sole purpose of boosting Supersonic's accuracy from 55% to 71.5%. Yanma's starting moves are Detect, which protects it from all moves for a turn but becomes more likely to fail if used in succession, Supersonic, which confuses the target, Sonic Boom, which always does 20 damage, and Uproar, which locks the user into using a weak, normal-type attack for 2 to 5 turns and wakes up any sleeping Pokemon on the field. I really just need to point out that Yanma learns 0 Bug-type attacks through level up and 1 Flying-type attack being Wing Attack. What was Game Freak thinking? The only use I can possibly think of for Yanma is confusing an opponent at the start of the turn. I really can't recommend using this Pokemon, but if you like it, by all means. Okay. That will do it for this episode. We got all the way through the Pyrite building. Took a little bit longer, but that's okay. I wanted to get it all done so we didn't split it up into 2 episodes. So the next episode, we'll see what we can do up on the roof of the Pyrite building. So thank you very much for watching. It has been a pleasure to play, and I will catch you later.